My realization I meant nothing at work. I left a legal career of 14 years recently. I was in my early 20s when I started. At the time my boss had only 2 employees. One of them was me. I stuck with my boss and watched her business flourish. When I decided to leave, my boss immediately disowned and blocked me. I wasn't able to carry out 2 weeks to say goodbye to anyone. No goodbye party. No well wishes. She was so mad I left she wouldn't give me a letter of reference. I was essentially erased. For the last 6 months I have been depressed. It was the realization that I spent 14 years thinking I mattered when I didn't. I felt like I wasted a huge chunk of my life helping someone else get ahead. It was a crushing realization. My words of advice are: don't go above and beyond for your job. Keep work separate. Your colleagues are not your friends, and HR is there for the employer, not the employee. After more than 30 years with the same company, I can agree on most of this. I did end up with some great friends who started off as coworkers. But I never crossed the friends line with my boss or managers. Other than work events. No outside socializing at all. That was always a hard line for me, and I saw what happened when others became socially friendly, and then there were issues. I've worked for the same company for 29 years. I tell all the senior staff who work for me when they start that if you put your hand in a bucket of water, when you take it out, the hole you leave behind is the hole the company will see when you leave too. It's not cynical, just reality. The company is not your friend. Had this happen in my career too. TL. Doctor, I learned the hard way the company is not your family and to always look after yourself first. The first time I was absolutely devastated. I was 8th person hired in a tech startup. This was before tech startups were really a thing even. We busted our asses. Tons of free OT. Cancelled family plans. All the usual things. Fast forward 3 years and we were a major success. We went public. I was heading a department. Then we got a buyout offer, and in order to make the bottom line look better, they terminated the entire department including myself. No warning. No notice. Called into a director's office on a Monday morning and was told goodbye. Standard severance only is required by law here for a no-notice, no-fault termination. Yearly performance bonus was due to be paid out in 3-ish weeks, but shocker, it was not paid. Cog in the wheel. The lady I replaced retired after 8 years. I reference her sometimes, and people who worked with her for years can't remember her name. I'm think to myself how they won't remember my name either. Been there 8 years now. It sounds like you meant a lot at work, as your boss obviously took your leaving very personally. It sucks that she decided to behave so unprofessionally toward you though. You can come to the same realization from working like a week at some places, lol. Been there and done that. Still dealing with the aftermath from a job I lost in 2020. I'll add some more advice. Stop basing your self-worth on your job when you work for someone else. Don't internalize compliments you get about your job. You're there solely to make money to improve your quality of life, not anyone else's. 100% on point. Have similar experience, but not after 14 years. All of your story is absolutely true. I'm hoping another colleague would have been able to give you a glowing letter of recommendation. I'm so sorry. That is so hard. My first non-retail job. I worked 6 a.m. midnight 7 days a week for 8 months before I finally left. I was so dedicated, so loyal, utterly believed in the company. Thought I would be there forever. Both the guys running it, brothers, had drug and alcohol problems. I became their focus point of contention. So it was literally a nightmare. I'd come from a very dysfunctional family, so I don't think I realized how abusive and crazy it was. Until it was beyond belief. I bawled in my car for 4 solid hours the day I left. And 6 months later I was 3,000 miles away, and I would still wake up in the morning and think, oh thank God. It was just a horrible dream. And then realize, no, it was real. Lol, I was a nut. The sense of betrayal and injustice I felt about so many things added to it. Boy, those are hard lessons. Truth hurts but sets you free. That's kinda like getting married to someone who never cared about you. Your depression is justified. Welcome to the party. Sorry you found yourself here.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.